Hello collective, welcome back to another video. We are finally in Q2 and today's video topic is actually going to go over your earth energy toolkit. Some of the characteristics related to the earth energy, what that earth element represents in spiritual traditions, and some key things you can take with you as far as grounding techniques, ways to connect with this earth energy as well. So I will be kind of going back between looking at the camera and looking at my notes because I did take some notes and I want to make sure I'm not missing any of my points. Obviously not going to memorize it, just going to try my best to translate that and add some channeling if it does come through. Now we are obviously in Q2. If you haven't checked out any of the videos for Q1, I highly recommend. This is part of the curriculum for School of the Ascending, where every quarter we are going to discuss a new element: earth, air, fire, water. Q1 was about fire and it was perfectly landing on Aries season, ending with that. And of course, we're going to be one step ahead, start with earth energy for Q2 because the next astrological season will be Taurus season, and that way it'll be a little bit more beneficial to help you guys prepare before that time comes, especially for the awakened and ascending ones, those of you who have made a conscious effort to learn something new, to be curious. Okay, we'll start with the bare minimum just to be curious. This year, and specifically the Taurus season, is going to invite you to assess your stability in your material world, your everyday life, your security, your sense of self-security, not only within you, but also in your external reality. As within, so without. We are going to kind of touch on different aspects of earth energy, obviously in the more literal sense of that element, but also in the more metaphorical sense. Earth energy is deeply connected to stability, to grounding, to nourishment, and to endurance. In metaphysical and various spiritual traditions, it is considered the foundation of life. It is in relation to the physical body, and it is connected to the material world. Earth energy helps create a sense of security, stability, grounding, a sense of nourishment, and balance. It's also about anchoring your emotions, bringing things down to the 3D level. We are here. We are now. We are physically surviving and living, as you can see in the third dimension. We are the third dimension. Our soul is multidimensional. Our physical vessel is grounded and anchored into the physical realm. Our kind of perception point and the way that we perceive as we continue to ascend can sometimes bring us into other dimensional states of being and other consciousness levels, if you will, where we're able to connect psychically, right? Connect with extraterrestrial beings or with our higher selves, with God, etc. And then really our body is here to help keep us in that state and remind us that of the here and now, remind us that we're still here, we're still alive, and we still have duties to kind of fulfill in this earthly realm. Like soil supporting plant growth, earth energy is related to sustenance, nourishment, caregiving, and patience. Kind of that connection with your material world, your sense of security and stability, your sense of inner nourishment, how you kind of give back to yourself, and at the same time, your sense of receiving. While fire energy is very much associated with the masculine energy, taking action, kind of being more passionate, tapping into a sense of spontaneity, really being more bold and courageous, earth energy still connects with those characteristics, but it's more about being open to receiving and also allowing things to flow. So I'm hearing surrender. When we're going through our everyday life and some of those lessons and experiences that we're having, sometimes you don't want to surrender. Sometimes it's hard. It's genuinely challenging to surrender and let things unfold organically because, you know, society, maybe your mental health, your mindset is wanting you to have control over it. And the earth element is not about having control as much as it might seem. It's all about, you know, taking care of and patience and stability and security, but allowing things to grow. So the best kind of example of symbology I can give here is about, you know, soil supporting plant growth, the roots needing to be nourished first before the tree, the flower, the plant can actually grow. Earth energy is about nourishment and it's about patience. It's about, you know, pentacles, right? Staying around for the long run. You know, the fruit of your labor, that abundance in earth energy symbolically stems from letting things kind of grow first, sowing those seeds, and then seeing the result later on. So I would say that the earth energy is a balance between masculine and feminine energy, because it is about receiving and surrendering, but it's also about knowing how to carefully and meticulously sow those seeds, take that action, and letting the fruits of your labor kind of grow a little bit, build momentum before the final growth or the final reveal, if you will. So that's just a little channeling for you guys. In astrology, the earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Traditional Chinese medicine, earth is linked to the spleen, the stomach, digestion, and the concept of balance in nourishment. Another example is Ayurveda. Earth is associated with the Capricorn, representing heaviness, steadiness, and nurturing energy. And lastly, the earth element in spiritual traditions in tarot, the suit of pentacles, we talked about that very briefly. Coins related to earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, symbolizes material wealth, career, health, and stability. The same themes coming through, seeing 444 here for anyone who resonates with that angel number. Our third and final point for the earth energy toolkit of today, ways to connect with the earth energy. First, spending time in nature, earthing, walking, gardening, etc. Anything you can do to literally get fresh air is a better way to connect with earth energy than you staying indoors. I mean, honestly, if you have plants in your home, that's great, but get some fresh air, be out in the earth element, even have some sound on or not, and hear the tones of the earth environment around you. You could be living in a city and tap into the earth element just as much as someone who lives or is visiting, a nature preserve or going somewhere on a walk near the lake. There's a way to tap into the earth element, and the easiest way to do that is to be outside. Another way to connect with the earth energy is using crystals, hematite, black tourmaline. I also see here smoky quartz and jasper. It provides a sense of grounding and protection. Another example here is eating earthy food, specifically root vegetables, carrots, beets, potatoes, nuts, seeds, and whole grains. Lastly, practicing grounding techniques, meditation, deep breathing, visualization, so visualizing roots extending to the earth from your feet, and creating stability by organizing your space, routines, and taking practical steps towards your goals. For a lot of us, Q1 is representative of sowing those seeds until Q2 comes around. Earth energy, bam, right away. You have that action piece with Aries season, but then when Taurus season comes, it's really seeing those fruits of your labor start to show in Q2. And that depends on how you look at it, right? Whether you're consistent with your workout routine, whether you're putting in some work at the start of the year through your business or in your work life environment, in your material world, whether we're talking about plants, right? The seasons, the soil, there's all these different symbols representing, these metaphors representing earth energy, and how the soil supporting plant growth is the earth element showing up for humanity and allowing us to see proof that the incubation period was necessary, that patience was necessary, that time to nourish and really provide a safe space for our dreams, for our material world, for ourselves was necessary for us to see some type of growth happening. We did the work at the beginning, and now we're starting to see the fruits of our labor. We're starting to see the results. This earth is changing. New generations are coming in, new ideologies are taking place, and different opinions coexist. And how can you, as an awakened or ascended individual, as a person on this earth, as a spiritual being, continue to evolve within your journey, in your life as an adult, as a teenager, etc. And really that stems from being confident within yourself and knowing that anything that you put action and work towards, fire energy, any seeds that you sow, earth energy, will take place and bear the fruits of your labor at a later point. It's really about taking a step back and trusting the process. Check out Q1's videos if you haven't already, and it was a pleasure to serve you in this video. I'm so excited to see some of the juicy content that comes through for Q2 and the earth element. Until next time, collective, go and grow.